Oh yeah, there it is.
All right, let me just go through everything, make sure it's all gooch.
How come I don't see it yet?
It's on JMT's channel. Uh,
Oh,
It will be on this one soon. Just looking through it.
oh, it just popped up.
Yep, there it is.
I wonder. I kind of just want to like ping like at here in the MZ server, just like an announcements, because I feel like it's justifiable. Even though there is a stream channel, I want to just do that regardless.
That is, I don't know. I just work here. Oh God, I gotta turn off the stream volume before I get echoed.
Once the stream goes up, I'm just gonna ping at here, and then hopefully people don't get pissy about it. I'm sure they won't.
Okay.
They're gonna hate it.
I hate that.
Yeah, there we go. I
It's
just
only
changed
an
it.
ad here stream, even though we've stayed consistent with like pinging the ad announcement role. But don't worry about that.
Even though there's literally an at stream role. I guess you could do an announcement.
Yeah, feel free.
Okay. Ad announcement.
Oh my God, Proco's gonna
Announce.
ping everyone. I'm telling everyone. Yeah, there we go. I just changed the header and stuff too.
Post RDC Michael Zombie's insights. Oh, we didn't start a 5-minute timer, did we?
No, I couldn't. Through multi.
Let me do it. I'll just set it on my phone.
Oh, okay. that works.
Well, I'm gonna set 4 minutes now because it's already been like a minute. For the people coming in on the stream, we're like giving a little startup before we actually start doing stuff, just so people can join in and flood in. And Crow's making an announcement.
I'm gonna attach a fridge to that announcement.
Attach a fridge?
The emoji. You'll see it.
The Pepe fridge. Ooh.
I'm just gonna link your stream for now.
Sure.
Since that's the one that's like currently idle. Oh wait, no wait, it's right there.
I was gonna say it's on. Should be on both now.
I have the main.
Oh, they can
microphone.
hear me. Hello, everyone.
Yes, they
They
can hear you.
hear us the whole
Yeah,
time.
bro, what?
What do you think I announced?
I didn't know. Hi, everyone.
There you go.
Yo, no way my headphones are dying. Let me plug them in.
Oh my God.
My bad. Alright, you're very funny, you know that?
Hello, Freddy.
I'm gonna put this on
Spoiler.
repeat. Listen.
Why is the streams chat different? Dual streaming.
Yeah, so
Oh.
we are live on 2 separate channels at once, which is very cool. It's my first time doing that.
Bro has his first time doing that.
Hello.
Um.
36, 36, 36. Not quite. And we already got a lot of people in here. Hello.
What? People follow us? That's so weird. Yo. Wait, did you do an announcement yet or no? Oh wait, you did.
Yeah, I did.
How come I didn't get? Oh, I have do not disturb on. That's why. Because I don't want like getting a billion pings while I'm streaming.
I'm gonna put my phone on mute so my mommy doesn't text me.
I hope Michael Zombies 2 has zombies.
And I got some bad news for you.
Sometimes you gotta read the chat. Okay, we have like 1 minute left before we should start.
Okay.
I guess I'll hop in the place already.
Yep. Are you with the framework?
Yeah, I'm about to hop in.
Okay, I'll get in there soon.
Oh, oh, oh. Hopefully that doesn't go through my mic.
Do you have permission in the MZ one, Mr. Kenny?
Is it a fart? Oh, I guess I don't see the other chat.
All right, the stream has been up for a whopping 5 minutes and 30 seconds, and I'm already seeing a Kino in chat.
Yes.
All right,
Other one, Kenny, please.
our time is up. We
Okay.
should get started.
All right. Okay, proceed, Kyles. You got it.
Hello, everybody, and my name is Kyles4through8, the owner of Michael Zombies, and today we're gonna be going over some not ideas. Fuck.
Oh, and then you swore, bro. You told us not to swear.
My bad. MBL. Today we're gonna be going over some of the stuff we have planned for the upcoming Michael Zombies 1 update, and also going over some of the stuff we have planned for MZ2. So we have a lot to yap about, a lot to show off. Obviously, you guys already know me. I am Mr. 4through8, the owner and creator of Michael Zombies. But joined with me is our social media's manager, Jiggle Monster Technologies.
I hate that name, dude. I'm unfriending you.
JMT. And you guys already know him. And
Hey.
then also is my lead developer on right below me, Procro. Hello.
Mario?
She has already done a dev insight, so I think at this point everyone here has met all of us. And then Francesco just says, "I hate Mr. 4through8." Thank you, George. I guess start off. We'll just be playing around in the MZ2 framework for now.
Yep.
To give you guys some background footage as we're going through our stream outline, because we kind of have like a rough plan of what we're going to talk about, so we're not just like yapping into the void. And here we go. So
Perfect.
Michael Zombies 2. So I think we'll get started off talking about some of the MZ1 stuff while we just like mess around here. But as you guys may have seen on our social medias and through various live streams or whatnot, this is our main studio for the MZ2 weapon stuff. So all the new weapons that we've been showcasing, everything that's been implemented, all the zombie stuff, it's all in this place. And this is kind of just like that demo place. You all already know about that. But for Michael Zombies 1, I guess I should clear up the air. Why is there another update for Michael Zombies 1 coming out? And truth be told, we want to still maintain Michael Zombies 1, but we're also using Michael Zombies 1 sort of as like a guinea pig for features that we'll be adding into MZ2. And when we go over some of the stuff we're planning to add into MZ1 around the end of this month, that's when we plan to release that update. Which is... Have we released the name of the update yet, or no?
No,
For
not
MZ1?
yet.
Okay, we'll keep that hidden. But you guys have already seen sneak peeks of some of that. If not, PhD will be in there, because that one was the one that was the most hyped about. But there's some other stuff as well we'll be showing off for that. So, other than that though, there is some internal stuff for that MZ1 update that we're going to be doing to test off some MZ2 shit. Dang it. Yeah, I should have sworn.
You keep doing it.
To test out some MZ2 stuff. Should we just get started with showing off some of that stuff?
Yeah, we
Or
could
is
for
there
the
some-
Yeah, right away.
for the update for MZ1.
Well,
I'd say so.
Yeah,
we could.
Also, I guess another thing to note, the reason why we're still adding updates to MZ1, even though we're working on MZ2, is that game is still like our primary fun maker for MZ2. So we got to make sure it still stays alive somewhat, so we can keep paying everyone.
Yeah.
Just on a
And we
business
also
standpoint.
and we also don't want to starve you guys of content. We've been working on like MC2 forever now, and I can understand like frustrations of not getting like a lot of new content for the one game you guys can play.
Yeah.
So we want to at least give you guys something, even though we can't really give you like maps or anything because that just takes up too much development time. We can give you at least like other content as well.
Yes, this is truth. All right. I guess should we hop over to the MZ1 studio first and show them some of the stuff that's in there?
The attachment stuff,
Yes.
ammo attachments.
Yeah, we can hop out of this game for now.
Okay, yeah, let's
Did you
go.
publish it so we can just like play it or?
Publishes now like a boss.
Nice. Yeah, let's get in.
All right, let me pull it up. So we're gonna hop places real quick and show off some of the stuff that we're doing for the MZ1 update.
Mhm.
I am still Joe. I
Right.
forgot about that.
Naked Joe?
Yes.
Are
Wait,
we
let me
naked Joe?
get
Oh,
let
you're
me
naked
change
Joe.
that real quick. Let me change that. I don't want to be Joe.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me.
Oh, right, the voice chat.
Oh.
Oh yeah, do you see the voice chat on the left?
Get out of here.
I got kicked.
Retry. Rerun that. I don't want to be Joe.
All right.
Where's MZ0?
Now, so I guess should I just like explain like the update and like the main content coming in this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so yeah, I get to talk now. I'm excited. Okay, so so this update is all attachment focused. We want to bring you ways, even though so we can't bring maps to the game because that's just like I said mentioned earlier, that just takes up way too much time. It's not practical for us to do that at this time, especially for MZ1. But what we can do is attachments, and one of the biggest things that we did is we added a brand new attachment type, which is ammo types. So you'll be able to customize a lot of your guns and use them in ways that honestly like completely change the way you play. Some of them are, I won't lie, borderline busted. We have not balanced a lot of this yet, and we're still in the process of doing so. But on the other hand, it's really funny. So on top of that, on top of adding ammo attachments as well, we also are adding a ton of like attachments for already existing categories as well. If I open up the list right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're adding about possibly 7 new side attachments, 2 new barrel attachments, and 3 new under barrel attachments. So that's like the main thing that's coming out of this. On top of that too, we are adding. You've all saw PhD crash out. That's like the big new attachment. It's not a joke anymore. We're adding PhD, or at least our own take on it.
It's here.
No way they're doing that! What the heck?
So
no,
don't
excellent.
worry, it is coming. It's coming. And on top of that as well, we are also working on another feature, which is the party system. I'm mentioning that now. We'll go more in depth about that later in the stream. Kyle will be discussing that because he basically did all the work on that part.
Nope.
But yeah, that's basically the general gist of this update. So yeah, I guess we should probably talk about some of like the attachments. I guess let me join in. I need to join in.
Yeah.
Hop on in.
First up, we have fireworks on here. So for the attachments, there's a new attachment type we're adding. So those of you who already know MZ1, you know there's 4 types. There's sights, there's underbarrels, there's the barrels, and then there's sides. For MZ1, we're adding a 5th one called ammo type. And that's what these bricks here on the side. Now, ammo types won't be available for every gun. They'll be like class specific. but we can go over some of them. On the very right here, we have fireworks, which is mainly exclusively used for the carbine ammo type, with some exceptions, because I thought it would be cool. But when you shoot them, it replaces your ammo with little firework explosions instead, which is pretty cool, as you can test out right there. And the nice thing about this attachment is it actually inflicts flame damage in an AoE. So if I go ahead and shoot this zombie over here, he's going to get set on fire for a little bit, and then they'll get off. And it's AoE as well, so I could set all of them on fire. It doesn't necessarily do more damage, but it does help you gain points a little bit more. We actually did have to rework how the flamethrower system works in order to get this one to work. But overall, I think the effect is pretty nice. And it does increase your recoil a lot. This one's a very fun attachment, because if I do something like, actually, we'll save some of the build stuff, potential build stuff up for later.
Okay.
Up next, we have Snake Shot, and I believe this one is for like more small arms.
Yeah,
And-
all the sidearms.
All the sidearms. And what this will do is it kind of turns your gun into a little miniature shotgun. It gives you more multi-shot, increases your spread, and it decreases your RPM. But you get more bullets per shot instead, which can help you earn more points and deal more damage. So there's a trade-off to it. Pretty good, pretty good. That one's quite simple. Next, we have slugs, which is mainly for shotguns only. And this will do as you expect it to be. It will recolor your shells to be green. And it'll be one bullet instead, I believe. It should be one bullet. Or I forgot if it just tightens your spread a bunch.
Oh.
That one's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Money Shot, which is also for shotguns, I believe. This one will greatly increase your spread a bunch, and it will increase the amount of bullets you do as well, which is really good for making money, but overall your damage is going to be decreased. And it becomes very inaccurate as well. So we have Hollow Point, which I believe is that an AR attachment, which should just increase bullet penetration. It's kind of really hard to demo bullet penetration at the cost of less damage, I believe. That one's quite simple. It doesn't have many special VFX. And then we have Dragon's Breath as well. So this one's mainly for shotguns. It will spew out flames, which will inflict flame damage to zombies. Now that isn't implemented yet. There is actually a lot more ammo types than just these that I've lined up. We are still in the progress or in the works of doing this update. So bear with us that we're not showing off everything, because not everything is done yet.
Yep. Yippee!
On top of that, those are the new ammo type attachments. That's not all of them yet. We have some extra side attachments that are new. For example, you can now equip flashlights under your gun, which will brighten up areas, which will be pretty useful for darker maps as well. And also there's a scrapped light version if you prefer like something more dingy, more yellow, more crusty. Very yes.
One way of
And-
putting it.
There is a UV light attachment. Now, if you equip the UV light attachment, and in certain parts of certain maps that we'll be adding, so we'll be going back to some of the maps, we will add little Easter eggs that you can only scan with your UV light as well. So that'll be pretty cool. And perhaps there'll be some Easter egg updates as well. So
I guess I can talk about the side or these side attachments right here.
oh yeah, talk about them, because we only have the JTech right now.
Yeah, let me get it. Let's see. So yeah, with side attachments, we wanted to like bring a lot more to it, and a big part of the side attachments was honestly kind of an excuse for us to add a little more like cosmetic things to your guns. And I'll explain why later, but here, let me get a good gun for this example. I guess let's see. The figure. That could be good. So, side, ignore that awful voice crack. Holy
You're
crap!
good.
I cannot cuss. um, one of the things. So with side attachments, they're probably the most diverse in every aspect, or in how it changes the gun's functionality. For example, the first one that we worked on is probably the easiest, is the redwood varnish. So equipping that, as you can see, it'll actually cosmetically change the look of your gun. It'll basically get all the wood elements of your gun and change it to a nice dark red color. And this one's my personal favorite.
Looks good.
In the description of it, basically, it improves general weapon handling and changes the color of the wood. So it's a real simple attachment, but it's mainly for like a little like cosmetic kind of thing.
It also reduces
uh,
recoil, right?
I believe so. I think just weapon handling in general, like with this thing. I gotta double check the stats I specifically did for this one. On top of that, we also have stuff like the recoil springs as well. This one isn't as exciting, but it's still something we wanted to add. Even though we have a lot of crazy attachments, they still wanted to add some that were a little more relatively grounded in a sense. So recoil springs, for example, is basically just something to help, as per the name, help with recoil control, just generally. It's nothing drastic, and it's definitely, and I believe it is the only common attachment for sides that we have this update. So real simple. Now, on the complete opposite scale, if you don't care about recoil and like completely dislocating your shoulder, the rapid fire attachment is for you. For you see, the rapid fire insanely increases your RPM. So, this thing is borderline busted, and it's more or less a joke rather than like a legitimate choice. But if you want to use it, you can. It drastically increases your recoil, drastically increases your RPM, and the main difference between something like the JTech Alamo is this thing. It just becomes like a nightmare to control. On top of that, we also have other ones as well. We have the galvanized coating, which we're still tweaking. That one just changes like all the metal to a specific color. I believe that one we're still like kind of like debating on it. And probably one of the most goofiest ones of all is the DIY kit. Now, the DIY kit
Will there be guns?
is a little bit weird. We're still figuring out that one.
Sorry. Thanks, Nito. Will there be guns?
We're still figuring out how this one is going to function, but it turns your weapon completely into cardboard. Why? It's a very good question. We're still figuring out what actual stat changes this thing does. Kyle has a idea for it, which is kind of crazy, but
We have multiple ideas. What was the first idea that you came up
I
with?
forget. Like this, I just wanted a gun made of cardboard. I believe you wanted it to make it completely useless.
Yeah, I think that
When
was
will
one
there
of
be
one of my
guns?
ideas. I think was to make the cardboard gun just completely useless, like it doesn't even shoot. But I think it's supposed to give you like a movement buff or something. That was one idea. The other idea was to make it so that it does like literally 0 damage, or like you can still shoot with it, which would be a really good point farmer. Whatever
would
one
be.
ends up being added to MZ1 is you guys will know the answer then. Smiles.
Thanks again, Nito. This guy keeps asking when will there be guns.
Oh yeah. We are actually adding like one new gun, which is the lever action. That's like the new weapon we are adding.
Oh
Thank you,
yes.
Scooty.
I did go back, and we're also trying to make. I particularly wanted the lever action to be attachment compatible, so now it is, and you'll be able to modify it in the main menu as well. Not sure about if I will do the same for the rest of the Joe's Gun Game weapons. Is a possibility. It really depends on if I have time for that, because we want to get the update out by the end of the month. We also have some other attachments over here. The 09 suppressor. Crow, what does that do?
Oh yeah, so the O9 suppressor, more cosmetic than actual attachment. Yes, we love retro. Yes, yes, retro, retro, retro stuff.
Yes, retro.
So it turns your gun completely plastic, and I believe, yeah, it drastically decreases vertical recoil. And it also makes your gun completely smooth or plastic and giving it a little black outline. So if you want to just make your gun look a little bit nostalgic, you can go ahead and do that. And this isn't like an individual case per gun. It's coded specifically to adapt to any gun in the game. So this could work. So it'll make every gun in the game, whatever gun you put this on, it'll make it look plasticky in that sense, which is fun. And probably my favorite attachment, this one is my own personal bias, the double barrel. Now, with the double barrel, we added the unsawed off barrel. So this is almost a new gun. Technically it's still the sawed off, but it basically turns the gun into a full double barrel shotgun.
Yep.
And this one is your RPM is halved, the reloading is halved. However, the damage and bullet spread has been drastically increased, and the actual damage has been increased drastically as well. And
Yep.
I really like this weapon. This one is just more of like my own personal bias. I really wanted this thing.
I actually have some lore based on this weapon. So originally, when Joe and I were working on the Michael Zombies 1 update for the Michael Barrel update, we actually wanted to add a longer double barrel shotgun called the Coach Gun, and it's right here. I actually found it in the old files of the game. That doesn't you can equip it. It's gonna I wouldn't put attachments on it because it's gonna break. But this was originally like Joe's really old idea for a weapon, but we never ended up adding some of those like weapons. So this unsawed off is kind of like the spiritual successor to like cut beta content that was unseen, which is very interesting. I guess this isn't all the attachments we have lined up. We do have plans for more. Basically, once it gets done and added, there is a possibility there will be a wonder weapon attachment. I don't want to say what it is out of spoilers. And we're planning to at least get an attachment ammo type for every gun, at least one. Other than that, we also have PhD added. I guess we could showcase this off.
Yeah, PhD
And
crash out.
instead of being called PhD flopper, because you can't really dolphin dive in Michael Zombies 1, it's called PhD crash out. And how it works is while you are airborne and you press C, you'll do a little third-person thunder crash animation, somewhat similar to how Destiny 2 thunder crash works. And this was my vision for PhD for a long time. I just never got around to adding it until now. And people always ask, why aren't you just like adding PhD as like a thing? And it's because I wanted to do something more unique to it. So, other than doubling explosive damage, making you resistant to explosives, you get this ability where you jump up in the air and deal AoE damage around you, and deal with zombies. Right now, there isn't a cooldown. I don't think I wanted to add a cooldown anyways, because there basically was no cooldown to PhD in Black Ops 1. Other than that, I think this is a really cool addition, and it will be we'll be retroactively adding it to maps that are already existing. So like a map, for example, like Undead Nocturne will be receiving this in its drop pool for when you get a Panzer. So it's no longer stamina. Or maybe even, I don't know if we'll do it to the Wonder Fridge in one cabin, but we will see. Because it is a pretty busted ability, and it gives you quite the movement as well, as you can imagine. So we have to test to make sure people aren't doing shenanigans like getting out the map and like clipping to places where they're not supposed to be. Other than that, all this content that we've been showing off for this MZ1 update is very likely to return and be coming into MZ2 as well. So all the ammo types, PhD, all of that, for the most part, will be returning into MZ2, which we're very excited about as well. That's part 1 of this MZ1 update. Should we go ahead and talk about the second part?
Someone did have a question. How much damage do you think PhD crash out will do? Is there like a specific number?
It has damage. I can actually literally pull up the code right now. Let's see here. Give me a moment. It does have damage fall off, so the further away you are from the AoE, the less, or zombies are from the AoE, the less damage it will do. It kind of just like how regular explosives work. Oh my god, I can't find it. Where did I put that piece of code? I love the MZ1 framework so much because I know where everything is. Yes. Hold on. Let's see here. Crash out. Back. PhD crash out hitbox. Right here. So the base damage of crash out is 4,000 damage, with a fall off to 50% at the very edge of the radius. And it, just looking at here, it also does percentage max damage, by the way. I forgot to mention that. That's a good point. So it does 5% max health damage. If those of you who use the Pack-a-Punch flamethrower will probably enjoy that, because for those of you who don't know, the Pack-a-Punch flamethrower does percentage max health damage as well, making it literally viable on every single round, no matter what. And it's infinite ammo. Crash Out is also the same deal, where it does 5% max health damage, so no matter how strong the zombies are, if you hit them with Crash Out like 20 times, they will die, even if it's like round 1000 or something crazy. Which is something I wanted to give to the high round people as well. Just some tools. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Juicy update. There's so much stuff here.
There's lots planned, and this isn't even all of it. This is probably like 50% of some of the stuff that we're adding for this update. Other than that, we could show off the party system next.
Yeah, that'll be fun to show. The new party system.
Wow.
Let's go check it out. That one we could just hop right into as well, yeah?
I believe so. I believe I have that actually open to the public.
Oh. If you join me, you will be executed. Nito, stop donating. Gosh, man, Gort keeps popping up.
Can we have more Blizzaki?
Can we have more Blizzaki? He said.
More Blizzaki. Gulps.
Cabot.
Gulps and Cabot. All right, welcome. So the other part of the MZ1 update, this is actually an MZ2 feature that we're working on, but I've been wanting to integrate it into MZ1 as like a little trial run / test, is a pseudo party system. So as you can see, Mr. Jiggle Monster Technologies and I are in a game together, and I'm gonna go ahead on the top right of the leaderboard, invite him to my party. So I sent him a party invite, and he can accept it or decline. He accepted it, and now we have an active party up here. And as party leader, I can just disband the group. I can kick him. I could just do whatever. I'm just gonna disband the party. So now it's all gone. And let me just add some fake players as well. Just adding a bunch. So the new leaderboard on the right is part of the party system that we're adding. And I'm just gonna invite a bunch of these fake players to my party, like so. And you'll be able to start a match with these fake players, basically. Or not with these fake players. You'll be able to start a match with your friends. Now, this doesn't make lobbies private, because that would invalidate the use of private servers, for one. But it does make it easier to start a game with your friends. And as well, the leaderboard on the right will organize based on priority. It will prioritize your friends first, and also any devs and people that work on the game will have custom colors as well, based on the group. So I think that's the gist of it. You want to invite me to the party?
Yeah.
So you could show off that part.
Invite.
This is a UI that I constructed for MZ1, but this will also be a thing that returns to MZ2, and it will be there will actually be private lobbies in MZ2, just not for MZ1, since income for us comes from private servers, which we still need to continue funding for MZ2. But just rest assured that private lobbies will be coming to MZ2, so don't worry about it. And this party system will apply to both games. I think that's it. As you can see as well, we're working on a custom banner system, and this is likely to be more of an MZ2 thing than an MZ1 thing. But like when you open up someone's little profile on the right, they will have like a custom banner. Right now it's just all set to Jake's, but this will be a thing as well that counts towards the progression of MZ2 stuff that allows you to further enhance and customize yourself. To stick out from the rest. I ain't like the rest of y'all. I'm out of here.
I like the calling cards.
Thank you.
Except this middle one.
Can you add
Yeah,
public
I hate
lobbies?
that guy. I don't think. Is there any questions?
Really quick. This will be partnered with this update as well, yeah, for MZ1?
Yes.
And then it'll be featured in MZ2. I think so. A lot of the stuff that's going to be in Michael Zombie's one for the future, for updates and stuff, I think a lot of it is just more so testing for crap that's going to be thrown into MZ2. So most of the stuff here is going to be integrated into the next game as well.
That is correct. Which harkens back to my point that I made earlier in the stream, where it's like we're kind of using MZ1 as a guinea pig place to test features for MZ2. Just so we can make sure that when it actually comes time to releasing MZ2 and all that stuff, the features are well polished and aren't busted. Because I think we can all agree that MZ1 is quite buggy as a game, and it's not the best. But why not just add more to test it and then use that to make MZ2 better? Smiles. Okay, that was rhetorical, but you know, y'all get what I mean. I think. There is one other side Easter egg that we're planning for MZ1 and likely MZ2 as well. I want to give zero details on it, and if we get around to finishing it, it will be there. But I'm not gonna say how to get it. I'm not gonna say what to get it. Kind of like how you guys have like the Backrooms game in MZ1 or the salvage minigame. Those are just like side offshoot trial stuff that's just we made for fun. In a sense, there's likely something that will happen for this upcoming update.
Scope.
All right. I guess that's all the MZ1 stuff we have to talk about. We will be taking questions and answers at the end of the stream as well. But I guess the next thing we want to talk about is some of the stuff for MZ2. Is that right?
Yep. And I know a lot of people as well don't even know that an MZ2 has been popping out. It's a pretty popular comment on the 3 socials. So you just want to like
Oh, yes.
there
I
will
saw
be
a
an MZ2.
Yes, there will be an MZ2. I saw a comment from one of my friends. Will you ever hire people for calling cards? Very likely. We want more than just artists. So let me just start off. Why are we even like making MZ2? Like, because I feel like this motive is thrown around a lot. Like people don't really fully understand. You know, the devs already have MZ1. Why don't they just update MZ1
Will
with
there
all
be-
the stuff? And there's a couple reasons. The first reason is that I don't want progression from MZ1 to carry over into MZ2 because we are doing changes for how progression will work. I'm sorry for all of those who have grinded MZ1, but honestly, there isn't much to grind for in MZ1 anyways. You're just increasing a number. Ooh, funny level number go up. Yes. Yummy.
We still want to provide though, like if we'll probably have some things that will like like rewards, for example, in MC2. Like if you get like level 1000 in MC1 or something, or like something along with those regards, we will have something for you guys. So like your grinding isn't completely in vain.
Yes. As if you've noticed, we've added like some badges to like indicate stuff that you've done in MZ1. We even did talk about it earlier. We're thinking of maybe adding a badge into MZ1 that will be given to you when you're like level 100 or above, so that can be used to track progress for MZ2. But stuff like, for example, if you've donated in MZ1, you've gotten a badge called like Donator, and that will give you a little reward for MZ2. Game passes from MZ1 will transfer into MZ2 as well, just so that it doesn't seem like that stuff is being wasted. And here's the hard thing about like updating MZ1 in general. Obviously, MZ1 is like currently the thing that's helping us fund MZ2 and like the project. And we want to add stuff into MZ1 that will help us continue to fund the project, but it's also hard to monetize on a game that's basically being sunsetted. Like no one's gonna want to buy skins in a game that's gonna not be played anymore. And also, I don't feel morally justified. It doesn't feel morally correct to like do something like that to MZ1, to just like provide an option for people to buy something that's gonna be not carried over. So that's why we're trying to walk this thin line of making sure that stuff we add to MZ1 will be in MZ2 and will carry over in some capacity. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason why, that's one of the reasons why we're not just updating MZ1 with this stuff, is because of progression. The second reason is because I am a little bit nostalgic for MZ1. MZ1 is a product of Joe and me, and it started off with one map,
Will there be trials of
and it
Osiris?
was just kind of like a game he and I grinded out in college. And if we update MZ1 slowly over time with MZ2 stuff, eventually it's like a ship of Theseus problem, where MZ1 just no longer exists in that capacity. And I kind of still want it to exist for the sake of existing, in a sense. So that's another reason why. And also, the difference between quality of MZ1 and MZ2 is super drastic, in a sense. So, like MZ1, even though it was primarily me and Joe who worked on it, I want MZ2 to be the game where it shows off everyone's creative talent. Because Michael Zombies is no longer just like a two-man dev team. It's no longer just me and Joe. It's a whole slew of people. We got builders, we got animators, we got modelers, we got artists, like people from all walks of life, all working on MZ2. And I'd rather that be the game to focus on their talents than rather just MZ1 being a primarily focus of two people with some additions. Looks up Crow, because she helped with Halloween a lot.
Hi.
Gulp. Yeah. I think that's the other main reason. Is there any reasons I'm missing? Progression, nostalgia.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
What's up?
Nothing. I think we're good. Sorry. I meant to spawn one. Oh, they're running away.
Yo!
Yo.
Yo!
They're trying to escape.
Where are they going?
Well,
I don't
here's your
know.
MZ2 gameplay, everyone.
Die.
We might have to execute those guys.
They're around 20.
Anyways.
My bad. Sorry.
You good?
Where do we go next? Or what was it?
Um,
I mean, we have like we have here on the list the vision for MZ2.
Oh yes. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Um, so it comes to no surprise why we're working on a sequel. It's mainly because, like, I don't explain this, man. I suck at live talking. But one of the main reasons why we're working on MC2 it allows us more opportunities to do way more ambitious things as developers. Um, a lot of the things we do in MC1, we're so handicapped with that framework. It just becomes very impractical to work with. So with something like MC2, it allows us to really lock in and go like crazy with a lot of the content we are bringing to this project.
Hmm.
Um, and on top of that, with MC2, it allows us to refine a lot of the flaws with MC1, or not necessarily flaws, just more or less just overhaul previously existing mechanics. Um, Most notably, like weapon customization, there will be way more attachments that impact your gun in more unique ways. Um, Lots of the movement, for example, is such a massive thing. Like there is so much you can do. For example, trimping is one, which is really fun to do, and Borderline Busted, we're probably gonna have to nerf that, but but yeah, there's a ton of stuff that we're building on, and just like the level of polish we're adding to each one of these features is re honestly, even I'm like blown away. Like the talent of all of our developers really is jaw-dropping. And I'm not that's not even me trying to like glaze. Like I really do think like
I was about to say W Glaze.
a lot, a lot of the stuff like we're working on, we're really like just really pushing the limits of the Roblox engine. Um,
True.
on top of that too, like with MZ2, it allows us to experiment and create new systems that you'll be able to progress towards. Progression is obviously a big thing, and Kyle did mention that there's not a lot to progress towards in MZ1 other than just like buying more attachments and getting a higher level and that kind of stuff. So in MZ2, we're gonna have way more content for you guys to grind, to
Michael
explore,
Zombies, 2
experiment.
more guns.
It's gonna hopefully keep you guys pretty happy. We're hoping it'll keep you guys pretty happy. Because, of course, you already know we're adding skins and trinkets, more attachments, that kind of stuff. But we're also, like, in talks of doing stuff like map modifiers, do more map content, endings and Easter eggs, just all different kinds of stuff. And maybe in the future, maybe just, like, unlockable content. I don't want to say a battle pass, because everybody uses battle passes, but, like, we're probably going to do, like, our own take on that. Like, we're really like after like development we're gonna really try to make a enjoyable live service experience essentially. I know that sounds corporate as crap, sorry, I know I can't cuss. I know that sounds very corporate, but that's something we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at us and
Oh.
oh yeah, production growth, yeah, that's it. Do you want to talk about that, Kyle? And I can talk about like community role stuff.
Yeah. So one of the big things that I talked about, like how MZ1 started off, just like me in college with Joe making something. The reason why it's hard to add stuff into MZ1 is because that game was designed with literally only that one map in mind, with like the giant, which was our first map, and we didn't think of anything in the future. There was no future proofing, no things whatsoever, and you know, over time as we've band-aided more updates together and kept slapping onto the pile of spaghetti that is the MZ1 code, we realized that this isn't sustainable for the long term to keep doing this. I think we all want MZ2 to be something that's sustainable, that like literally almost to be like a timeless game in a sense. Uh, so that we could just like keep adding updates without like the hassle of trying to wrestle old code bases and reinventing like new features that we never even planned for. Yeah, basically technical depth. That is a really good term. Someone just brought up in chat. There's a lot of technical depth in MZ1 that I honestly just don't want to deal with. And MZ2 is kind of like the opportunity to reset, start from the ground up. Another thing as well is since we have a bunch of this stuff planned for MZ2, we have a lot more people on the team, which means we have a lot more ideas, which means we're also a lot more ambitious for what we have planned. Kind of my job as the owner and like project leader and main programmer is to make sure that we're not too overly ambitious, because obviously we don't want to be like GTA 6 where the game never comes out until like 10 years later. We're not trying to, but we also have a bunch of ambitious ideas that we want to add, and we want to make a really good first impression for when we first release it, so that the hype isn't like not worth in a sense. So we're trying to make sure we get it right this time, where we didn't do it successfully for MZ1. And a lot of that just stems from like reworking a lot of the little things and putting polish where you wouldn't expect polish to be. Movement, for example. In MZ1, it's really poop because it's literally just Roblox movement. We reevaluated how like we want movement to feel, and it feels really great now in the MZ2 engine. And we just want everything like that, for example, to feel great. Even stuff like meleeing or using melee weapons. Like that was this is revamped to a whole new system because we want it to be more interesting for people who love to use melee weapons. Of course, you've all seen the animation stuff and the secret reloads and all that stuff that was added. All of that stuff couldn't have been possible in the MZ1 framework. But now that we have this new framework, we're able to do that here and do a bunch more ambitious ideas than what was possible in MZ1. I think that's all I have to talk about that.
So yeah, I guess we're on like community role. That's the next part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so obviously we don't want to keep you guys in the dark throughout the entire development. Of course, there's stuff we can and can't show, and we're really careful of what we're showing, even though we are just like kind of showing like a crap ton of stuff. And even though we're showing a lot of stuff right now, there's still a whole bunch of content like you're not seeing. Like this is just tip of the iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
But basically the point I'm getting at is there will be stuff that you as a community will be able to get involved with as far as MZ2's development goes. Most notably, early playtesting, feedback sessions, and design contests.
Yes.
To start off, early tests. We're aiming for a goal by the end of this year to bring at least like to bring closed testing to you guys. Soon some of you will select a handful of members from the community to basically help test this very early version of the game. But that'll be like the earliest opportunity for you guys to actually get your hands on this game. On top of that, feedback sessions as well. We'll do like group play sessions, everything like that, where you can ask us, where you can give us feedback directly. A lot of this is just talk right now. Until we're ready for that, we'll really start planning it out and really, really start planning out, really developing that. But at least that's the general idea. And on top of that, design contests. We all agree that adding community-made content in the game is really cool. The community is full of a ton of creative people, and adding your guys' content to the game is really fun to do. So we don't have anything set in stone yet, but expect like community art contests, design contests of stuff, of literally anything. It can be anything. So,
and this isn't stuff that we haven't done before. If you guys remember, like a year or two back, when we did the perk like design stuff, we still have all those designs that were submitted by the community at the time, and we are like actually in like just soon starting the process of like designing our own takes on what those new perk machines are going to be based on the community designs, and also stuff like art contests, speedrun bounties. That'll also continue in MZ2. So community stuff isn't going anywhere per se. quick, Sekro. Sorry, I had to interject.
No, you're good. No, that's good. Oh, my cat's here. Hi, Cleo. Sorry, cat distraction. That was basically the last point that we that we have written down. I guess we can. How many people we got on the stream right now? We have over 100 people in the stream, so we can honestly get started with the Q&A. I think now's a good time.
If I guess I don't know how we want to pick out questions.
Just I guess yeah, I guess just start asking away. If anyone that we can answer, we'll go ahead and answer. Try to keep it relatively on topic.
Yeah.
Either MZ1, if you have questions about the update for MZ1, questions about how the release for MZ2 is going to go, basically anything related to MZ, feel free to ask us.
Yep. If it's anything not MZ, you will be executed.
I mean, it could still be silly. I like silly questions sometimes. This is not like super silly. All right.
Now,
I guess
Ocean Warlord, we see your question 3 times, so.
do you guys think you'll add a build mode in the game so community can make their own maps and take off workload for you? They could press submit and go to Discord to approve it. Okay, you're asking about community workshop maps from what it sounds like. We have been in the talks about this, and I believe I've even mentioned it in the past. We will have a form or a Discord system set up where community members can submit their own maps, and then we can implement them. That is a big thing I actually really want for MZ2, because let's face it, the slowest thing, the thing you guys want most from MZ1, like the most requested feature all the time, is maps. And we frankly we can make maps. It just takes us time though, because we want to make maps that push the limits of what's possible for it.
Will there be silly questions?
And honestly, we don't like making slop maps too much. For example, making the MLG Origins map. That was fun. It was silly, but also by the end of it, I was like, "Oh my god, this is horrible." I did not want to look at that map. It looked so disgusting. So why not have the community make the joke slop maps like that while we work on the actual maps that will push the limits of the engine in a sense. And there's already a bunch of tools that we have set up. I've mentioned the pathfinding nav mesh system in the past, but that will be a plugin that's available for the public to use, so they can literally just set up pathfinding on their own maps. Various other plugins will probably come to fruition as well that's related to MZ1 map making, or MZ2 map making, sorry. So a plugin for creating wall buys, setting down perk machines, setting down wall barriers. So it's all compatible in the MZ2 framework. That is all likely to come, because these are going to be tools that we use ourselves, and we want to make sure these tools are also flexible and work for general community members as well. So yes, MZ2 will have a map submission process. I encourage that if you are planning to make a map for MZ2 and you're thinking about it, go ahead, just build some stuff out, make a design document, think about what you want your map to be, and we'll end up working closely with community members to get them submitted. And I hope that if everything goes well, we could actually pay people for submitting maps, if they're cracked as well. That would be kind of a cool feature to live in, don't you think?
Some compensation.
Yeah. All right, that's that.
There's
someone want to take
one
another
question.
question?
Yeah, there is one I saw from the Bing train. So, quote, I asked earlier, but I don't recall if it was answered. Is studies planned to return or simply there for development, etc.? So, we're not going to show it just yet. The map currently, not the one with the ramp right by the dancing blue brick, the one with all the grid textures and everything. That is actually the current development, or one of the development or versions of the new giant map that we're working on. In regards to maps, not just with the giant, but with other maps from MC1, we're trying to bring as many MZ1 maps over to MZ2. And that doesn't mean just like copying and pasting them over. Depending on the map, like completely rebuilding it from the ground up. If you're more interested in that, we have 2 depth insight videos going over that for Michael Barrel and for the Undead Nocturne.
Yep.
So you can both check those out for more details. I just don't want to like gap so we can get to like more questions, but
Yeah.
if you're interested, the Giant can basically be like put on the list of like maps we are remaking from scratch. It is also going to have a twist that is going basically a mass. I will say this: it does have one crucial detail, and that crucial detail is I won't reveal it just yet. I think it'll be funny to keep it a surprise. But it has made working on that map, at least in the earlier phases, or the layout of it, a complete nightmare for me personally. I won't explain it just yet. This was Kyle's doing, or suggestion, and you will see it on release. But yeah, we can go for the next question.
It might get laggy.
Will there be custom skin / trinket for reaching level 100 in MZ1? We do want to add something. Why are there so many zombies?
They just
We do
stopped.
wanna- Okay, let's restart the server.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done clicking the buttons. They just keep spawning.
Okay, I restarted the server. We do want to add something as a reward if you like actually are a dedicated player in MZ1 to MZ2, whether that be a skin or a trinket, don't know, or whether it be something else entirely. Because I also have plans for other sources of progression rather than just that. It really depends. Next question. Will there be any new perks introduced on release for MZ2? Maybe not on release. Well, it depends on your definition of new perk, I guess, because we've already stated in the past that we're no longer doing the soda machines, but instead they're going to be tuna cans. They're going to be whole new machines with like whole new jingles, but they're still going to function the same. For example, I think we've talked about Iron Bones before, is essentially the replacement of Juggernog, which will do the same thing of just like increasing your base health. Oh, I restarted the server, by the way.
Okay, I went back in the attachment place.
Yeah. But maybe in the future for MZ2, there will probably be unique perks that aren't like based on anything from COD. It's kind of hard to think of like new things that aren't already done. Holistically things, because if you, for example, if you think about like Vulture Raid, that's like 3 mini perks in one perk. It's kind of hard to like think of things that aren't like that.
There's a question on my stream if you want to answer.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
Will Wonder Weapons be getting custom skins, or is it just the normal guns? And that could be great for the skins option too you were talking about.
Maybe. Actually, I haven't thought about the specific case of Wonder Weapons. We're actually working on redesigning the Wonder Weapons, so it will still kind of be like Ray Gun-esque and Wonder Waffle-esque, but they're gonna be unique designs that's unique to MZ2 in a sense that fits more within that game, the game lore. But as for skins for those, probably. I can't imagine like it not being like a thing that's compatible for them. And maybe there'll be like unique stuff for them as well. Okay.
There was one question I did see regarding mobile. It's from Finn Leader. 2 questions. Will the creator thing be for mobile? So map creation is going to be a process you do in Roblox Studio. It's not going to be a thing you do in game. It is quite a technical process. So sorry, we won't be adding mobiles. That won't be a thing you will be able to do on mobile. However, your second question, is there mobile controls for MZ2? Yes, you will be able to. MZ2 will be mobile compatible. We want to make sure that's a thing. We understand how large our mobile audience is, even though we all collectively hate programming and building towards mobile players. No offense.
Yep.
It's like we understand that you guys, that's still a large part of the community, and we want to still have that for you guys. So don't worry, we will
Mhm.
have mobile support for this game.
And I know there's a bunch of woes that people have with the mobile controls in MZ1. I will be addressing those as well and make sure that they're good for MZ2. I'm not a mobile player myself, but I have worked on mobile apps before when I did internships at other companies. So it is something we would like to get down and nice as well. And that's actually part of the reason why we're also like remaking the new engine as well, is to make things more optimal on mobile, so like people don't crash as much. And if you guys have been or like stalked the RDC stuff, Roblox themselves are also doing a bunch of stuff to help address performance. So not only us on our end, we're trying to improve the general performance of the game in general. Roblox is also doing a lot on their end to improve the engine. So making mobile more of an accessible thing. It's on us just to make sure mobile feels good to play, and more on Roblox to make sure people don't crash and die, and also our job as well. We're not doing grow a garden 12K triangle coconut type stuff. Let me scroll up in the chat because I think we skipped.
There is
Can we-
one I saw this question brought up a couple of times. Mainly like leaderboards for high rounds. Leaderboards in general are something we want to do. I think that, excuse me, oh my goodness. Kyle, you mentioned, I know like when I first started working on the menu, like I don't even know how long ago. Like that was like one of the things we wanted to list, like just leaderboards and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we will have leaderboards. We're not sure on the categorization. I can't name it really off the top of my head, but as far as like leaderboards go, like you'll be able to like probably like high rounds, weekly kills, that kind of stuff. Oh, and see a comment on exploiters. In situations with exploiters, we'll just most likely just ban the person. It's really not that big of a deal. Leaderboards are real easy to edit. We'll try our best to combat. I'm not going to go on a huge tirade on exploiters, but we will try our best to like prevent that, and all that stuff. So yeah, don't worry on that part. Right.
You're. And Roblox is even doing stuff as well to help prevent exploiters too.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing too. Yeah.
One thing we did maybe talk about is like having a verified leaderboard and an unverified leaderboard, if I recall correctly. So like a verified leaderboard would be like run submitted and like tested, and unverified would just be like automatically done in game. This kind of actually relates to the new main menu that we're doing as well. We could show that off.
Oh yeah, we do have that
Yeah,
place
that's
open. So
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You want
there is. Oh wait, there is.
Open?
There.
Wait.
Okay, sorry. I just spotted two questions I think would be good to answer. This one's actually like I think it's actually a good point. In NC2, if you leave and rejoin the same server, will your progress save? Like your game crashes and your guns and points save. So I wouldn't. For me personally, I wouldn't be opposed to adding a feature like that. Maybe just like if you disconnect from a server, it's a little hard to tell. Like because like there might be situations where you can like you're about to die and then you just like leave the game and then join back
Mhm.
and kind of just negate the damage. But we're not opposed to adding a system. Like we understand like when your game crashes, especially like with all the stuff you have, it sucks, especially on high rounds. So yeah, we're not opposed to adding a feature like that. And another question from Telly's, will there be gore in MT2? Yes. Yes,
Ooh.
there will be.
yes, there will be.
More of my comfort characters.
Is that here in the public version?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it's in the favorite place.
I don't want to
If
click the
there
zombie
is-
button.
Okay, there's a zombie button called Spawn Classic Horde. Those guys are the gibbed ones, I believe.
Yeah, you can spawn those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go show that.
You
they
can
won't-
also
So-
spawn the around 50 zombie and the crow zombie as well.
Are they
But,
just gonna keep
yeah.
spawning?
No.
No, they don't spawn infinitely.
Yeah, I'll spawn this one. Ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Run! Get
The
away!
gibbing system is very cool, and I'm very happy. Like, I'm not the one who worked on it, but I'm still saying like it's really really good. So like when you shoot a zombie, you'll see like the parts of them. I mean, it's still like pretty early in development, but you'll see like chunks getting like blown off. You can create crawlers. You'll see you shoot them in the head, like a chunk of their head will fall off. It's nothing like super crazy because in the end they're Roblox characters, so
Yeah.
it's not like insane levels of gore or anything. But it is like something I think that makes the project a little bit unique. And even though some Roblox games do that, I feel like we're one of the few that actually like does like pretty solid gore.
Yeah.
Again, try not to glaze, but
The gore style that we're trying to go for is more akin to like TF2. So like it's cartoonishy, but it's also silly, but it's not like too overtly realistic like PBR. Everything's reflective stuff. Cause I want it to be. I still want to maintain our 13 plus age rating. Gosh, I don't want to go to. What is it? 18 plus
it's,
now?
yeah, it's literally up to 18 and up, and then like that's by everyone. So
We'll also
obviously,
have
like we can't
options
have
to-
anything like something absurdly crazy.
Yeah, and we'll also have options not to make it blood. Like we have a green option planned, so it's just green instead of like actual blood. Or maybe we'll even just add an option to disable the gibbing visuals altogether. But with the gore system comes crawlers. And everyone loves crawlers because I don't even think there's a zombies game that has done like proper crawlers like that I could think about on the Blorblocks platform.
Ooh, there's a really good question. Glory, could you add glory kills? That is something we have planned.
Oh, mind if I tell that?
I'm really happy someone brought that up. So, I'm gonna be for real. We haven't started that yet. It's not a high priority, but like we are thinking about like adding a feature where like the last zombie, if you want to like kill like if there's like one last zombie. Oh wait, right. We did work on it. Oh my gosh, I completely
prototyped
forgot.
it. Yeah, I prototyped something.
Yeah, so we have a prototype. Wow, I completely forgot. It's been that long.
Oh, shit.
You'll be able to execute zombies. We're still thinking about how we're gonna actually like integrate that into the game.
Yo,
Maybe like the
what?
last zombie.
I didn't even know about this. Not to cut you off. What?
Yeah. The,
Oh,
the
that's
animation
peak.
is a little bugged, but there's an execute system.
Okay, sorry to
Oh,
cut you
no.
off.
We're zombies. It's like yeah, we're still thinking about like adding. We're still thinking about how we want to integrate it. So like maybe like if like the last zombie, if you want to do like a cool execution, you can do that. Make it like a little bit of a glory kill, or like maybe like the last two zombies if they're bunched up. Like there's still like a lot of edge cases. We still got to think on how we even want to integrate something like this. In the grand scheme of things, it's not high on our priority list, but we still want to add it. We're not going to forget about it, so don't worry.
Yes. And it probably won't be in release because it's not that high of a priority. It might be a like thing that or like a system or mechanic that drops in later. But I do really want to add like some sort of glory kill system. Maybe not in first person because I'm honestly not a fan of first person glory kills. And I think you could be more expressive with third person stuff. But it will likely be a feature that comes out eventually. Not on release.
This is a good question I want to answer. Will there be
Yeah.
skins or model changes for zombies, like reskin cosmetics and zombies being reskinned for maps? So yes, zombies will be unique per map, alongside like different zombie types. We're not there yet, but like for example, like Lighthouse, we have like a whole list of different types of zombies that'll be on that map. Alongside, we already have a ton of cosmetics made for that map specifically. Eventually we'll showcase that, but we're getting there. But on top of like other like cosmetic changes, I know like among the dev team we haven't really discussed modifiers too much, but I have like expressed it a few times. Modifiers are something I think will be a great thing to add more replayability to the game, other than just grinding for cosmetics. And these modifiers can affect a lot of different things. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because, for example, a modifier could actually change the way zombies function. So for example, we can do like a classic modifier. All the weapons are replaced with classic weapons, and all the zombies are classics, are like the classic like smooth plastic zombie player model stuff like that. Like that kind of stuff.
I will say, the way like the zombie system itself is being greatly overhauled. One, to support higher zombie counts. So everyone knows like the classic count, like max limit is like 24 zombies. We will be changing that, probably based on map, and we're creating the system so that it can support more. So far, I've done a test of like 100 plus zombies, and it's run like fine. So that's one thing as well. And another thing about the zombies is that they're, I guess, on the technical aspects. I'm gonna nerd out a little bit. They are client sided. So as you may have seen when I spawned in a zombie earlier, right here, they have like this little Michael brick that's inside their torso. That's what the server sees. That's the only thing the server sees. Everything else, like the clothing, the animations, the VFX, that's all handled on the client. So the server itself can handle a bunch of zombies, and then the clients are just responsible for making sure all the gore and the visuals are there. Which is why we're part of the reason why we're able to add like so many more zombies and whatnots. But with that comes a lot of more technical challenges that we have to overcome as well. So on top of the new pathfinding system, the zombie system itself is completely new.
JMT, you got any questions from your chat that caught your eye?
Yes, Fez is here. If we all know Fez, right?
The creator of Guts and Black Powder, of
Yep.
course.
The first thing he said is that he loves Michael Zombies and it's his favorite game. He plays it in his off time.
Yay!
So thank you for that.
You and I both know the truth.
He did not say that. I think I don't know if he was talking about the gore part. He's talking about adding a rounded mesh that outlines the wound instead of it looking like paper. What does that mean for development tiles?
Oh, it's probably like the texture work on the blood itself, because sometimes blood can. No, we don't want to go too crazy on the gore. Like, I think I see what you understand, like layering like an extra like gore gib or blood mesh over like the break in the limb or body part. I think in that regard, we don't want to. Like Kyle mentioned earlier, we are currently at 13 and up, and even though we can really kind of push the limits on gore, Roblox, I'm gonna be for real, is really inconsistent with gore, or just like with age ratings in general. So we really had to tread lightly in how we want to portray gore. So I think what we have now is a decently good threshold. We can maybe like improve like the texture work a little bit, maybe make it a little more detailed to match like the other textures in the game. But where it stands right now, we don't want to do anything like obscenely gory, like, because that's all of our player base gone. Like,
Yeah. I think he was also maybe asking about like just like the gib models themselves or the meshes. That is a question for our modelers, particularly Faisal or the Dot Man. He's one of our first modelers. He's the one that worked on the gore. He probably has more answers on it, on like the fidelity of the model and like the reasons why he designed it the way he did. I will say that the blood itself is actually a mesh that goes on top of the limbs, and it's actually like very thinly on top. The biggest issue we had with like trying to get the gore system though was actually the UV wrapping to make sure it works well on like clothes. Roblox's default clothes, and you can even see a little bit like on this. There's still some issues with it. Like his torso right in there is invisible if you look very closely. So it's still a system we're trying to refine, and we'll have to come back to the meshes. A lot of it, though, since I've personally never developed a gore system, so I'm kind of just like doing it by eye, or not by eye. So a lot of prototyping and experimenting has been taking place, and yeah, here's another set of experimentation and whatnot.
I almost forgot. Sorry for interrupting. The destructible props. I don't know if we even showcased that.
Oh yeah, we didn't even show that. They're all the way over here.
Yeah, let's go
sorry
check
to
'em out.
pause the Q&A, but like, yeah, these are like really happy with these.
Do these work?
Yeah, they work. I think after we showcase these, we should probably hop in the main menu and then like continue the Q&A there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Part of our. Oh, I don't think it works. What the heck?
No, wait, that one works.
That one works.
Try meleeing it. Meleeing it might
Wait,
work.
does this blow up?
Yep.
Oh.
Part of the new. No, I think I broke something in the code, but these did
Oh
work.
damn.
Yeah.
Well, at least the barrel still worked.
For some reason, the barrel still worked. Yo, Pixelates, get your bitch ass out of here!
Yo, watch your mouth.
Yeah. Start of the stream, Cause was literally like, we shouldn't swear. He's the only one swearing.
Yeah, I broke something. I have to fix it. My bad.
We'll
But-
probably do like a video showcasing like the destructible props. That was planned a while ago, but honestly, I'm gonna be for real. We just kind of forgot about it. So
Low-key.
we'll come back to it and we'll showcase that on like at a later date.
Yeah, that'll be a separate
Um,
segment, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I assume that the zombies being client-sided does include the ragdolls. Yes, it does. And there will be options to even disable that as well for people who don't like that.
How did you get up there?
I trimmed.
Oh, trim.
Yeah, I did trimming. It's one of the movement techs that I have to nerf, but
Okay,
if you
I'm
go
not even
up
gonna
on
try.
a slope, you have to like
What?
press space and then slide. And when you're on a slope,
Oh!
kind of like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
It's a little
extra movement,
busted,
you can
so
also
I gotta nerf it.
you can also slide in midair too. So while you're in the air, press C again, and you can like do like a dive.
Oh,
for
yeah.
even
Oh, yeah.
more momentum.
Oh yeah, true. I forgot. We do have dolphin diving now in this. So you can crouch by pressing C. You can press C again to like go into prone, and it does affect your spread and whatever. And then if you press crouch while in midair, you do a dolphin dive.
I do see like in your chat, JMT, like someone asking about like the MC2 framework and access to that. It is going to be private. There's too much stuff in there that we can't reveal just yet.
Mhm.
We mentioned this earlier, just in case you weren't there, but we are planning, as far as like community involvement and like testing MC2. We will make announcements for that, probably most likely in the Discord server. We'll get some people to test. So we'll keep you guys updated. Expect something. I'm not a fan of creating deadlines, but like we are planning for something at the end of the year. So just that's the plan, at least something at the end of the year for you guys to actually get your hands on the framework.
Mhm. You should touch this button.
And also on a side note, I asked someone about like adding a minigun to private servers. It did kind of remind me. That did remind me private servers and private lobbies. Yes, that's coming to MC2. You will have that feature. I don't know if we probably addressed that in the past, but that is something that we are going to do.
Mhm.
And it will be free. We're not going to charge you for that.
Yeah. Someone asked, will there be character voice lines? Like Nikolai Richthoff and Takeo Dempsey. We actually do want to add character voice lines. Obviously it can't be those characters because well those are literally Activision's for one. But we do have we have been in the talks of just like adding our own characters and basically just voicing ourselves. But we do have other opportunities for like other types of characters that aren't just developers, for example. And that actually harkens back to one of the things I mentioned in the past, where we kind of want to add like a stories lines game mode that allows you to like build up a set of maps to follow a particular story. Don't know if we'll eventually open that up to the community, but it is an idea, nevertheless.
We should get to the menu before
You
we
wanna go?
forget.
Go off the
Yeah.
menu.
Yeah, you can just pop in that. I'm not gonna pop in because I don't want to collide with you. But we do have the MZ2 new menu that we haven't showed off yet at all. That we can show off now.
While you guys get that open, I can like answer like probably like a couple more questions, and then we'll showcase the menu.
Will you guys add a death machine buff or something similar to it? That's actually going to be worked into the specialist system. The death machine and other like abilities are kind of going to be combined into the specialist system, just to keep it simple. So it likely won't be its own power up.
Oh, here's a question. from Fading Light. This was a bit ago. Sorry for not seeing it. I remember, quote. I remember you all talking about a water plant map, and I'm wondering, is there any chance of seeing that in MZ2? Yes, we are working on Hydro. Hydro will come to MZ2. We can't guarantee. At least for me personally, I can't guarantee if the map is coming out on release. But yeah, just yeah, we'll keep you guys updated.
Mm-hmm. Will there be free roam in the lobby? Yes, there will be a free roam option in the main menu for Easter egg and content. That is something I've been adamant about. Will there be any settings regarding potentially sensitivity, lighting, and VFX? There will be options for VFX, in particular to like reduce the amount of VFX that you're seeing at any given time. One of the things I hate about like some modern Roblox games is that like they become VFX slop, especially if you look at like some anime games. You look at like Blade Ball or whatever, or like on Heroes Battlegrounds. That is just straight up VFX slop. It is so obnoxious and like it hurts your eyes, and you can't even tell what's going on.
No shade to the developers. I want to clarify that.
Yeah, like people like that. I'm not gonna say. I just personally don't like that. My approach to whenever I do visual effects and whatever is that I try to keep it subtle, tasteful in a sense, not to spam it out too much. Like there has to be a purpose for like each particle emitter and whatnot. But as for an accessibility option, we do want to add a thing where you can just like tone down the intensity of VFX in case that gets too much. And just accessibility in general.
Alright, now let's talk about the menu. I think that's time.
Yeah, all the menu here.
So already, I see Kenny's message. Adaptive music. Yes, yes, indeed. Kyle can talk about that.
Yes. You guys have probably heard. You've heard like a bunch of snippets of the new MZ2 like menu theme, and that's what JMT is playing right now, and I'm talking over it. But for MZ2, the menu music is adaptive, meaning when you go to particular parts of the menu, the music will change. So, for example, if you go to emotes,
Okay, I'm gonna go there.
If you go to emotes, it will change the instruments to be more chiptune in nature, since that's more aligned with like the style of what we're going for that area. Similar stuff too. Like if you go to trinkets, you'll get like a metal guitar because that's what Ashcraft wanted. But we're still working. I personally am still working on that music. It's probably going to be like one of my magnum opuses in terms of like musical tracks. I have been in the talks with some other musical artists about it. Maybe I'm not saying guarantees, because obviously it really depends. Nico has stated, if you guys know Nico Patty, he has stated his interest in maybe helping on that track as well. But I have been also getting help from another music artist named Bombi Braves for some music stuff. So yeah, that's all for just for the menu, by the way. There's a bunch of other music tracks that we have for MZ2 that aren't publicly released, and I'm really sad that I can't show it. I think I did a stream of like the new Snowfella rework music that I did before in the past. Music is and there is like a main motif melody that's coming to MZ2 that already was put in MZ1, but there is a lot of opportunities for music, especially with like the specialist stuff as well. That has a lot of stuff, and even on maps too. Like Lighthouse, for example, I'm working on a track specifically for that, for a specific section. So
Smiles
because I can't reveal it. But like that's gonna be hype, bruh, when that comes out.
I do see a question in JMT's chat. Is there going to be daily quests? Yes. We are going to have like a quest system, that kind of stuff. I saw that question popped up a few times and just wanted to clarify that real quick. But yeah, we are adding quests.
Just stuff like that. Maybe daily logins as well. So just to keep players returning and whatnot. Our eventual plan, I think, is to make like a whole marketplace system as well for MZ2, right? At least that's my personal plan, because I've been playing a lot of TF2 recently,
Smiles.
and smiles, and there's a lot of stuff that I like from that game that I want to see if I can like bring over, in a sense. So maybe a way of like players customizing their own weapons or attachments and then selling it on a marketplace or whatnot, or making builds, I think would be really creative. Cool.
Yes,
Probably-
Duck.
Yes.
He was asking if OST will drop, and yeah, we will when the game comes out.
Yes. When the game comes out. Not gonna drop it now.
Which is tomorrow!
Because oh! Alright,
MZ2 releases tonight at 9 CST.
is today! No, that would be fucking insane. What if we just did that? We just dropped, giving us ideas for the future. Question: Will MZ from Sandwich? Will MZ2 have collabs with other games in the future? Very likely. Actually, TDS really wanted to collab with us. Like, I've talked with Below Natural.
Oh my
plenty
god,
of
I love him.
times. He really wants to do a collab with MZ, and I said we have to hold off into MZ2. The reason why I haven't done any collabs or worked on it is because I legit have been like, let's wait for MZ2 because MZ1 is not worth the collabing with. But I've also been in cahoots with the Pressure team. Actually, I helped them out a little bit with their pathfinding issues for the takeover event. If
Will Miz still
y'all
receive
didn't know.
updates
Little-
after
little
the
fact.
rapture?
But we'll likely be doing a collab with them. Regretivator as well, that team, they're really nice. Maybe collabing with them. I could probably even rope in the Blocktails people since I work for them, so. Lots of opportunities, even for Arsenal. Because they have stated that they wanted to collab with us as well. A bunch of opportunities for collabs in the future for MZ2. Not for MZ1, because MZ1 poop! MZ2, good.
Don't play this game, guys.
Okay, I see two questions. I see two questions I want to answer. One from Oreo. Hi, Oren. Will the shop use in-game currency, Robux, or both? Yeah. So yeah, we don't want to lock a lot of stuff behind Robux, and we want to avoid that as much as possible. We'll definitely have like stuff like, oh, you can buy coins for Robux and that kind of stuff. But like, as far as like locking content behind Robux, we want to avoid that as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And any items that are going to be like super niche, so I wouldn't stress over that too much.
Yeah.
And the second question, where was it? Hold on, I literally just had it.
I guess I'll add on to the thing. Yeah, I'm a big fan of not making stuff pay to win or pay to play. If I want like nearly everything to be earnable in game without having to pay a cent or a dime, kind of like how Helldivers does it, in a sense. But like if you want to advance and you just like can't wait and you don't want to grind, you know, that will still be an option for those players.
There is one. The other question I saw was, will MZ2 have one or more maps on release? So this is a conversation we had in the past, and a large part of how we want to handle the release for MZ2, or maps specifically, is we are planning on having a handful of maps for the release of MC2. To name off a few, the Giant, stuff like the Giant, the Undead Nocturne, Lighthouse, Michael Barrel, you know, all those maps. Each one of those maps takes a lot of time to work on, and how we want to do the releases for those maps is like probably like on a weekly basis after release. So like when the game comes out, we'll release one map, and wait like a week, announce the next map, and then so on and so forth, and slowly push out content. On top of that, we are expecting on having a lot of content map-wise. So we most likely will have like a map spotlight kind of thing. Typically, like, so like on the play menu, we'll have, you'll be able to play any map at any time. We don't want to like have like FOMO or anything. not including event maps. So you'll see like maps like but like the spotlight, it'll like cycle through like a spotlight of different maps. And on top of that too, going back to when we were talking about community maps, we also want to give opportunity to showcase like a community maps like on like the main like page with the rest of the official maps. So for community members, really like pushing the bar of what you can do with what will eventually be the map editor and all that stuff. We will have opportunity to showcase stuff for that. And I think it'll also be cool. Just thought of this now. I know like Flood Escape 2, they have a thing where you can like support the developers. Like they actually show like they do like the thing like Please Donate does, where like you can actually buy dev products from the map creator and support them that way. Maybe we can like incorporate something like that.
We actually are. I got hooked into Flood Escape 2 thanks to some of the people on the team, and I actually really like their community, like just like how they manage it. I think we're definitely taking notes on how that.
I'll sorry, this is gonna be like 2 seconds. I just want to bring it up again in case people missed it when we answered this earlier. Yes, private servers are gonna be a thing. Seeing the question pop up a bit more. Private lobbies, friend-only lobbies, that's all gonna be a thing. That's all gonna be free, specifically for MZ2. So yeah, just clarifying that.
Kind of a more controversial question. This is wondering as MZ2 is gonna break surfaces of Roblox and you got a DM to sell the game. I would not sell the game. I've already gotten DMs in the past of like people trying to buy MZ1 surprisingly. But so like some of my goals for MZ2 is to just like make a long-standing platform game that everyone can play and enjoy without being like overly egregious with the monetization. Obviously, like we're putting a bunch of work into this game. I want to make sure my personal goals for like the game itself is to make sure I can provide for like all my development team, because truth be told, a lot of the people on the team are just straight up my friends. Like we're all friends in a sense. We don't like throw shade or whatnot towards each other. So whatever amount of money that MZ2 needs to support everyone's like lifestyles is like more than enough for me. And also, just on a personal note, I just want to be able to pay for health insurance. So
I think we all do.
yeah, I think we all want to pay for health insurance. So I just want to make enough money so where I can just pay for that without thinking about it. I'm still on my mother's health insurance until I hit 26, but I want to be independent. Finally be like free of that in a sense.
One thing I do want to clarify, if you guys have any questions, I see JMT went inside the MZ1 framework. If you have any questions about the MZ1 update, we haven't been I don't think we answered like a single one.
I don't think I saw a single one.
If you guys have any questions for the upcoming MZ1 update, go ahead, start asking away, and we'll answer as many as we can.
Yeah.
There was one I saw. This guy's been asking it a lot.
Okay.
You know how like Black Ops 3 did some types of Revelations DLC where they included like OG maps and they revamped them into the game? He was wondering whether or not all those maps in MZ1 would be something like that inside of the next one.
Ooh, that is a good question. As far as legacy maps, that's not something we necessarily thought of, but depending on how complicated the process is from porting one map to the new framework, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah. A lot of how am I gonna say this? A lot of the MZ1 maps are being either like reworked or like touched up on to fit the MZ2 style. But the raw MZ1 maps themselves could possibly be like a thing that gets added. Musket and MZ2. Oh, dude. Of course it was Fez that asked that. I actually brought that idea up to Fal. And he was like, I hate animating Musket. So if it got added, it definitely wouldn't be Fal animating it because he hates that. Maybe C4 would do it if we bullied him, you know.
Question from Sandwich: how much are the Emma mods gonna cost? Don't know, but
Robux.
We don't want to make them like stupid expensive. I know like we made like a lot of the like Halloween and event attachments pretty pricey, but
What did he say?
Fal. But like I will say, like they're not going to be like absurdly expensive. It really depends on the rarity, how broken some of the attachments are going to be, um, all that stuff. On top of that too, I also want to add, for those of you who managed to get the JTech Alamo, or not the JTech Alamo, the JTech Hellfire during the Halloween thing, can we bring that back for Halloween? I want to bring that back.
Sure.
It is completely broken, and we're gonna keep it that way because it's funny. And for those of you in the stream, I want to give like some information on it, like how you can use it. If you put it on the ray gun, unpacked, it breaks it, but if you pack a punch it, it makes the RPM as humanly fast as possible.
Are you
So,
talking to me?
or just in general, just like everybody in general. Like, you can't equip the Hellfire in there. There's no button for it.
The ray gun?
Yeah, there's no Hellfire attachment in that framework or in this place right here.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
I'm eating Cheez-Its. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. um, will there be a setting where it can change the? What is it?
That's just
would
listed
it be
out the
opposed?
entire steps for the reload animation for the like, bro, I am animating that. Fal doesn't want to animate that. Looks SC4. Hey guys, that's giving the whole recipe, bro. Melee special ability or melee wonder weapons. Yes. Some of the melees are gonna be worked into
Money.
specialists, which are kind of like wonder weapons, I guess, but they're kind of not. I guess if you, for those of you who have played Black Ops 4 and used that specialist system, it's basically like that, in a sense. I know I've teased it for so long, but the electricity gloves that I've always shown, or the Galvan knuckles, as some have called it, there people have been like, when is that being added? Trust me, that will be added.
Ooh, here's a good one. Will there be AATs or gobblegums or something similar? So we are having a trinket system. We're still honestly like debating how we want those to work, but we're thinking about doing like a thing where you can enchant a trinket while in game, and basically, and you can equip it on a specific gun, and that'll modify a gun in like a specific way. Um, I guess like one thing at the top of my head is maybe like an RPM, like an additional RPM on a gun or weapon, or that'll be attached to a trinket, and any gun you put that trinket on will have those stats applied. We're not adding gobblegums directly. I want to clarify that because we don't want to. Although we are adding like our own versions of like perks, maps that are derived from COD, we don't want to outright like just copy a system one to one because that feels, I don't know, it's just not as fun.
Also, gobblegums were busted in AF in Black Ops 3.
If you want like those like completely round like breaking stuff, that you'll probably find that with the modifiers.
We also talked about like difficulty modes as well. So like a casual game mode versus like a more hardcore game mode. So one of the things that, because I played Black Ops 3 Zombies a couple times and we play with like all around enhancements. One of the nice things about that is that you could just pause and the zombies won't target you, which would be perfect for like a casual mode gameplay. But like for something like a hardcore mode that's like obviously pretty busted, OP. So there will be, when we add those two separate modes, we'll have like disclaimers about like all the differences between like a casual versus hardcore.
Thinking about like any other questions. Any questions? Oh wait, I'm looking at JMT's chat now. Will MZ be fully sunsetted and no updates or some updates to fix bugs? That is a question for you, Kyle.
So we're gonna keep using MZ1 as a guinea pig for new features that we are showing off. But like once we get to a point where we're ready to update MZ or like push MZ2 out, in a sense, I will be not closing the game, but I will just like be changing the games to indicate that it's no longer being updated. We're basically sunsetting it. It won't be supported anymore. I'll just call it like the Legacy Edition or whatnot, and then MZ2 will be the publicly available option for people to do. So until MZ1 is still gonna be like probably getting small updates that are used as guinea pig updates for MZ2 content. until MZ2 comes out, and then it will be sunsetted and set the legacy.
Will there be any more bosses besides or similar to Panzer, Snowfella, and Jerome? Most likely, yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah. I don't think we have anything set in stone other than like the base bosses, but we're not opposed to
mean,
like adding new bosses. Like, well,
we still have the concept stuff for the boss for Hydro Plant, which was all the way
right, yeah,
back
we
in
got
MZ1.
yeah, we gotta bring that back.
One of the things we actually might have to start looking more into is character design and just enemy design as well. And we do have some character design. I can't say what it is, but I don't know. It's just been invisible the whole time. Interesting. But that is something we will be doing. Will there be a double barrel?
That sounds
We
really
have-
funny, so I want to say yes, but I can't guarantee
We
anything.
had some geniuses.
I guess we can like we answered a lot of questions. I think like
What happened to the Michael voice actor?
W
what's-
background.
What?
What happened?
No,
I
just
don't
a background noise on my mic. Sorry, I had to mute
Oh.
one moment.
Oh, you scared me.
You guys think you'll be adding a Killing Floor type game mode? It is possible, actually, because some people on the team are big fans of Killing Floor. Wreck-It Tommy, Lego, Falco Blockland, literally everyone. Fans of Killing Floor. There is also I guess I could bring that up. Although like the MZ1 is the COD formula and MZ2 we're still gonna be having that COD formula. We have talked about other types of game modes that aren't just the COD Zombies formula. Like we kind of want this to be a de facto like zombies game in general. We talked about the idea of adding like Left 4 Dead campaigns, and we actually played a couple as well, some modded ones, to get some ideas and reference for what that would be. I know we just mentioned the Killing Floor as well, so there's lots of opportunity for different types of game modes, and even Joe's gun game, that's technically a PvP game mode, but maybe more like player versus player game mode. Like Pixelates brought up the idea of Grief from Black Ops 2, because everyone loved Grief. That would be really funny to add back in. Or I'm trying to think what else. Joe and I, way back in the day, we wanted to do a Halloween update at Telemon's Manor, where it was like a build and survive-esque game mode, where you're just fortifying the house. That is something that I really want to bring back. Kind of like Defend the Statue-esque. So, can you ruin the game halfway down the line and add unnecessary collabs? What the heck? What's wrong with collabing with your fellow developers?
I actually do want to like build on that. Okay, so I mean the game has lore and we have like a storyline that we want to keep and all that stuff, but I'm gonna be for real. The game is about like an interdimensional like cat god making pocket dimensions of zombies. I really don't think we need to worry about keeping the game's identity like on points, if that makes sense. Like it's not like the craziest thing for us to like collab with some like quote unquote like outlandish games. Like
Alex said we collab with Cartwright into 17 pregnant hyenas.
Okay.
okay, maybe not.
Steal a brain rot collab. No! No! No,
WAI! WAI! I love AI!
WIW slop! Oh my god!
Rest assured, we will not be collabing with that game.
There will be MZ lore. There actually is. I think it got leaked at some point. There is might have been me. There is like a lore Bible that is the current write up of some basic lore stuff. We do plan to add like the build on the Michael Zombies universe in a sense, and that's actually something I really want to work on more. I'm not a writer, but if I could find a writer, that would be cool. Any writers out there?
Benny?
collab with Forsaken? Ah!
Probably not.
Is there any way to implement a VR type mode? Actually, I thought about that, but it's not a priority. Maybe way down the line. That would be cool.
Okay. Will there be a map that will be randomly generated but get expensive?
Also thought about
That
that as well as a game mode.
Yeah, that's like a down the line question, but like again, not opposed for it. Secret reloads. We do have secret reloads actually. You've probably seen a few on the stream. I can I'm trying to think of like weapons.
You could
I
do
mean, we
the
have like there's secret reloads for the AUG. We got ones for the 1919. The revolver. We got a lot of secret reloads. Our animators are kind of crazy for that.
Yeah, most have been shown already on all the socials, but I still have a couple more to do here.
Mhm. I'm trying to think what hasn't been
Like
shown.
dual SMG, dual MP fights, or that is a great question. We do have a Kimbo. As of now, we only have 2 weapons for Kimbo, and that is for the 1911 and revolver.
Like we both ran over to the wall instantly.
Akimbos are also have like full functionality as well. You can shoot one and reload one gun at one at a time. They can fire independently, all that stuff. Overall, pretty in-depth mechanic. Like, I think it's gonna create like a lot of cool gameplay.
I actually want Akimbo AK-74Us. I think that'd be really cool. That's just my personal preference, though.
Akimbo shotguns, maybe possibly with the double barrel. I don't know if we actually have that written down. It's probably not gonna be for release, but
I think I brought it up with Val, but it's not like a thing.
yeah.
Yeah, Akimbo Deagles looks at Val whenever he wants to do that.
I
Smiles.
know you're in chat, Fal. I
I
know
know.
you're
I
there.
know you're in there, bro.
Payday 2 Akimbo weapons are busted.
Yeah. Collab with Project Lazarus? Question mark. I actually did talk to Logitech. That could be a possibility.
He's a cool cookie.
Oi.
Oi! What wonder weapons are you thinking of adding? Just, the ray gun wonder walk, but our own variants. We do have a thunder gun concept that isn't the thunder gun, but kind of acts like the thunder. I literally cannot spoil that. That's all you're getting for that one. It's not exactly thunder gun, but Pro, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I'm
That's
very much
that's for the
smiling
map
right
we
now.
shall not name as well, because that one's still in
Uh,
concept phase.
Ooh.
Go
ahead. I'll ask mine after.
Yeah, that map, that specific map that we're working on, we can't name drop, but it is one of the most requested maps that we're doing, and I can
Oh, I know what it is.
I can't confidently say that the map is or is not in development, but it
Oh boy.
yeah, just let that sit in your brains for a bit.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Okay, really quick. Can we give like an estimate on how many maps you think will be on release for Michael Zombies 2?
Let's see here.
At least, I mean, we did talk about like the release plan, but at least like game ready maps like for release, maybe comfortably, I want to say 3.
I want to say 3 as well, comfortably. I'm like keeping tally.
Okay.
We're gonna release them like a week apart. Like we'll have like a map on release and like release the other 2 like a week after.
Mhm.
Yeah, can we expect? But yeah, that's the plan. Can we
Mhm.
can we expect more communication after the release of MC2? Oh yeah, we'll always try to keep you guys updated. We're just in. I think a large part of it is like just like the mode we're in regards to development. Like
Oh yeah,
how
we're
we're
in
working on
development hell.
yeah, like there's a difference between I think in our eyes like from working on a game that's currently being like actively in development versus a game that's live service. And there is a massive difference in that regard. We are not in live service mode, so communication is, I'm not gonna lie, kind of garbage. But we'll try our best to keep you guys informed of what's going on and everything. One thing we will let you guys know is when the game is out, we're in full like active development live service support mode. We'll be keeping you guys updated. We'll be more active with the updates, that kind of stuff, because we won't be working on like internal stuff, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Will there be a collab with Corrupt Zombies? We're actually we actually talked to the creators of Corrupt Zombies, or the main creator. He's really chill.
They're-
He
Yeah,
is
they're
so
chill.
cool. Yeah.
It is possible. Don't wanna like knock it completely out. Really
he
depends.
he introduced me to In and Out.
Yeah, RDC.
Goated.
RDC was so heat, by the way. If you guys haven't seen, we actually did a demo during RDC as well, and a lot of people were pretty interested in it.
I
Which is awesome.
there'll be a thing coming out for the RDC trip that I'm gonna make, and there'll be pictures and everything. I'm gonna hide the respective faces,
Yeah.
but there's a lot more that I want to include in that. So if you're interested about the RDC trip that we did, there'll be everything in that video coming out soon. I'm having Pixelate's doing some art for it.
Fire, dude. There is so much. That trip was so much fun. I'm actually like really excited to see that video because there's a lot that goes on. That was the MZ's team like first year getting literally majority of the team at RDC. Like C4 was there, Fal was there.
Yeah, there's what,
Pro-
8 of us?
pro
8 or
direct
9
there.
of us. It was a big
There's
team.
a lot of us.
Yeah. Will there be a makeshift collab for a Michael plushie? Maybe if the game's big enough. That's literally just a maybe.
Really depends on like the kind of like characters and other stuff. Like yeah, Michael would be like the most like ideal character to have as a plushie, but like as far as like other things go, like we'll probably need like other characters and that kind of stuff. Like a makeshift collab like is really like until like when we're in live service mode, like I mentioned earlier.
Yeah. That's a very future question, and the future can change. Will the Ghoul Buster from Hallow's Eve come back to MZ2? Actually, totally forgot about that weapon. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, this
Not
is
a
good
priority.
question. We all do skins that change the model, mainly like the trench gun, but the model changes to the stock shotgun from TF2 or any other media but custom VFX. So yeah, so what we're saying is like so in that regards, like we do have an idea on how we want the skin system to work. It's gonna be like a universal spray paint system. Like if you guys play TF2 and know how like war paints work, you can put them on different skins and they all look differently and so on and so forth. Basically, in regards to actual like model changes, I forget what was our stance on that. Like, did we even talk about that?
That was really a Rekatami question, because he works on Crim and he hates working on Crim, but it isn't a priority. First, I would like to do my vision first, and then the model replacements later, if time permits. Like if there is really that much of a demand for it, because I was a Valorant player. Since MZ2 has more fast-paced movement, does that mean maps will be slightly bigger? Yes.
Yes. Yes, I'm really happy to answer that. I'm really excited for you guys to see the new version of the Giant when that eventually comes out.
Oh, so peak.
It's thank you. I've been doing there's a lot of like key things I've been doing with the design of that map specifically. But that map it really in my opinion lives up to the name more so than the one in MZ1. So look forward to that.
Here,
Same with Lighthouse as well. I'm really excited for that.
here, I'm gonna mute our mics real quick and ask you guys a question to see if I can say this on stream, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Yes, I can say it. This is like the Giant right here. It's huge and it's not even done. Look at how big it is.
It's just a layout.
It's just a big layout.
Yeah, it's the one that's in the framework testing place is an older version of it, but we are going to I haven't worked on it a bit, but like yeah, it's big. It's very big. It's also gonna be I'm trying my best to give it like even though it is like from COD, I'm trying to give it its own identity, making it a bit more unique in that sense, and mainly regards to the environment, the storytelling. And there's also going to be a lot more, ignore that, there's going to be a lot more a lot more what's it called? Or just like more layout changes as well. Nothing crazy. It's still going to be the giant in the end. But yeah, really excited to see how you guys are going to like this map.
I have some questions. Are emeralds going to be in MZ2 or are they going to be scrapped? They will return in MZ2, but we're planning on renaming the currencies from, instead of being coins and emeralds, to be scraps and artifacts instead. That's just like a lore reason. But it'll essentially be the same type idea. One basic currency, one premium currency. Another question, is the trench shotgun still going to be OP? We haven't done any weapon balancing yet, so that is yet to be determined. Any elements from modern Call of Duty zombie systems? I am not actually kept up to date with modern Call of Duty, so I don't know what exactly is there. The most modern I've played is Black Ops 3. I guess that's a Crow question.
Say that again.
Is there anything from modern COD that we like COD zombies that's we've added or planning on adding?
That is a good question. We have a lot of, I mean, I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with like modern zombies. I mean, like, I will say though, actually like hearing like the dev interviews and that kind of stuff from like people who worked on COD Zombies, the official one. A large part of it was the newer versions have had a large focus on casual friendly gameplay. As many of you know, like COD is like notorious for like the most like obscene and like stupid Easter eggs imaginable, like that are nowhere near beginner friendly. Like go here, spin around 3 times, and then like do a triple backflip, and then press E on this like single doorknob, not this doorknob, the other doorknob, the one that's yellow, and then like I'm just like pulling around and stuff, but like. Even though we still want to keep true to that gameplay, we will probably like take notes from COD and add like maybe like a guided mode as like the form of a modifier, or just like make like difficulties, for example, make it a lot more casual friendly. I feel like that's gonna do a lot more in captivating the more casual audience in that regard. But don't worry, like we're still gonna, for those of you who are into like the OG like COD loop of like difficult Easter eggs and all that stuff, there will still be that will still be the focus for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Is Pack Punch being changed in any way? We are in the talks about that still. We kind of want to do something unique, but I personally am a fan of how Project Lazarus handles its Pack Punch system. But I also don't want to copy Project Lazarus because that game is unique in its own right. So it's still up in the air for that. Do y'all have any Kamurocho inspired maps based on the Yakuza Dead Souls game? Looks at C4RPYE with a big grin. That is not planned currently, but it's in the ideas that we've been throwing around of making a a Yakuza based map, because some of us are big fans of Yakuza. Smiles. Looks at you back. Will you stop asking about the guns jamming? The guns will not jam. That's dumb. Michael. No, this is not Far Cry, bro. Is MZ coming out this year? Maybe a closed community testing version, but most likely not publicly.
Is there any? I'm curious if there's like anything else we want to like any questions, because we did answer a lot. I don't want to end like the Q&A like on a abrupt note, but like we did like, I don't know how long we've been going on for the Q&A.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while.
Yeah,
More
about,
Michael UGC,
about an hour.
most likely. Modern Zombies exfil option. Okay, I think we did bring up the idea of exfil, but not on all maps. It just depends on the map.
Yeah, it's gonna be a map specific thing. Like for example, the end of Nocturne, we're gonna have an exfil ending, and that's more or less for like the individual player. I went over it more in detail in the dev insight, plugging that video now.
Yep.
But as far as other stuff, let me look at that message. Health bar for zombies? No, that's stupid. I don't like that.
I hate health bars as well.
Yeah, we're not doing that garbage.
It could be like an accessibility option, but it would still be like hidden under like the settings because I low-key don't like health bars. It removes a lot of the skill, and it just looks ugly.
Upgrades to perks too? Probably not. I don't know if I don't know. Like we really haven't really thought about like perk upgrades. We're more or less just like focused on just actually getting them integrated first.
Yeah, there
Um,
has been ideas for it, but there's been no strong front on perk upgrades. It could like maybe after MZ2 is out and like we're looking for like new things to add or ideas, that could be a thing. But for now, it's kind of like, nah.
Is gameplay 2-hit or 3 hits? Okay, that goes back to our like difficulty question. Actually, simple question, but or it's a simple question, but I want to just like again go over it. Like I know Kyle mentioned earlier, like difficulty systems, like we'll have like a hardcore mode for like you diehard COD fans that want like the 2-hit downs. You're insane, by the way, if you like that, but. But, like if
honestly,
you want that
2
challenge,
hit down, put that in an extreme game mode or something, because
Yeah.
I hate 2 hit downs. Like casual,
at war, bro.
hardcore, and then like extreme. Because like, okay, it's just I hate the 2 hit down. It's so dumb.
I think we should. So I'm looking at like the the closing thing.
Yep.
I so
Kind
I
of
guess,
like
yeah,
a
we should
wrap, little wrap up. Everything we talked about
Yeah.
in order.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I could start with like the current update since I started that one.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, we are gonna start wrapping up here. The stream's been going on for a couple hours now. Before we end it though, just like a quick overview of everything we go on. Stream will stay up. If you guys want to go back and look at the stream in more detail or hyper analyze what we said, feel free to do that. But basically, to summarize, we went over the MZ1 update. The MZ1 attachment update will be released by the close to the end of this month. It will be an update for MZ1, and yeah, and it will add new attachments, ammo types, and PhD crashouts, alongside a couple new weapons fully integrated into the game. Gremlin.
Sorry. Don't forget the party system.
And the party system, thank you. And the party system too. No free private servers. Private servers are still going to be a thing if you want like friend-only lobbies, but you'll be able to like actually like invite your friends to
The party and
public
start a
parties.
match.
So you can like you can join together and start a new server together with friends. So looking at
Also,
else?
what was I gonna say? If you really want a free private server, I'm pretty sure I just have mine pinned in the Discord server somewhere. It's just like there.
As far as this MZ1's future, we'll continue to maintain MZ1 for the time being. Don't expect any major content drops. This is probably going to be the biggest content update we're doing for a while because we really just need to focus on MZ2. The only reason we are staying consistent with MC1 is mainly because we want to provide you guys not starve you guys of content. We understand that's the only MC you guys can play, so we don't want you to starve of content. So we will provide stuff for that. And two, that is our primary source of income. So we are obligated to keep that game going. We don't want to outright abandon it, but we still want. But we're just not going to give it as much attention as we normally would.
True.
But for example, like we will like bring back like the Hollows Eve 2024 map, maybe make some like changes, that kind of stuff. Maybe we'll have PhD crash out to it.
No Halloween
And-
update this year. Sorry.
Yeah, no, we're not doing a major Halloween update. Maybe like a couple attachment reskins, nothing crazy though. I'm gonna be for real. We went way too crazy last year.
But it was
And-
really fun, and I really
No,
liked
yeah,
that.
it was
So my
really
favorite
fun.
Map. Or one
Yeah,
of my
that
favorite-
map is so much fun. And finally, ending on the note, MZ2 and our long-term vision. I'm gonna keep this brief because we spent like the last hour talking about it. MZ2 is our main primary focus. We're gonna continue working on it. Our main goal is to have at least some sort of private testing or some sort of playable version by the end of this year. No release date. Sorry, we literally cannot say with confidence when the game will release, but we will have like at least maybe private testing by the end of this year, and we'll keep you guys updated on that front in our Discord server and all that stuff.
Yours.
Other than that,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Maybe in the future I might run more development live streams because I totally forgot that's an option I can do. So maybe I'll be able to answer more questions there in the future. But if you guys still have questions, there is the dev Q&A in the community Discord, but low key that thing is just like, it's a nut fest in there.
To say the least, yeah.
It's just so random stuff. Well, like I do occasionally look at it and sometimes respond. It's just very rare. Like someone just asked now, like 40 minutes ago, will there be level-based matchmaking, or is that optional, or matchmaking preferences in general? And the answer is yes. That will be a thing in MZ2, not MZ1, but MZ2. So totally forgot to, yeah.
All right. But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap this up.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
But yeah,
Thank you all for
everyone
watching.
for joining.
I appreciate
If
it.
you guys like the video, please make sure to subscribe, hit that like bell. Let's see if we get 5.
Follow all the MZ socials, please.
5 likes.
Thank you.
Follow Mr. Jiggle Monster Technologies on YouTube. Follow our Twitter. We post stuff on there as well. Smiles.
Yep.
Follow us on Twitter as well because I post the stuff I personally do there.